Welcome back. This video will cover the basics of using an overcorrection procedure. Overcorrection is a problem behavior reduction procedure in which the appropriate behavior is taught through an exaggerated aversive practice. There are two basic types. The first, restitutional overcorrection, is used when the problem behavior disrupts the setting. The second, positive practice overcorrection, is used when the form of the behavior is inappropriate. Restitutional overcorrection requires that the student restores or corrects the environment that they disturbed well beyond its original condition. For example, a student throws a candy wrapper on the floor. The teacher requires her to throw the wrapper away as well as all other trash on the floor of the classroom. Positive practice overcorrection requires the student who has displayed an inappropriate behavior to engage in an exaggerated correct practice of the appropriate behavior. The appropriate behavior should serve a similar function to the inappropriate behavior it is replacing. An example of positive practice overcorrection would be a class that does not line up for lunch properly. The teacher requires the class to practice lining up multiple times while also reciting the lineup rules each time. A second example would be a student who mispronounces a word during oral reading time. The student is required to listen to the teacher pronounce the word correctly. Next, the student must pronounce the word correctly 5 times. Finally, the student must pronounce the entire sentence correctly. If an error is made at any point, this procedure starts at the beginning. An important distinction must be made. Having a student practice a correct response does not make it an overcorrection procedure. Practice becomes overcorrection when the appropriate response is required to be emitted an exaggerated number of times, usually exceeding the amount of practice needed simply to learn the appropriate behavior. Due to the aversive nature of overcorrection procedures, it is considered to be a form of punishment. Oftentimes, punishment procedures on their own only stop the inappropriate behavior from occurring when the punisher is present, meaning the learner may continue to display the behavior when the teacher is not present. To avoid this and maximize effectiveness, a punishment procedure should be combined with a reinforcement procedure. Think back to the candy wrapper example. While the student is still required to clean all the trash in the room, the overcorrection procedure, when the inappropriate behavior is displayed, the teacher also provides verbal praise, which is the reinforcement, every time the student properly throws away trash during the procedure and in the future. Combining the punishment and reinforcement procedures allow the learner to avoid punishment and seek reinforcement for an appropriate behavior. This makes the appropriate behavior more likely to be admitted in conditions where the punisher is not present. I hope this made the overcorrection procedure clear. Thanks for watching.